We mentioned this yesterday a little bit because there was a viral video that went around at the inauguration yesterday when they were in the it was Capitol Rotunda.
The Rotunda's
right?
the main, yeah.
Trump is being sworn in as president. There are many dignitaries, like fancy people in attendance.
Luminaries, dignitaries.
Luminaries, dignitaries, all the folks. A bunch of family members. That was the nice part. Also there were pretty much every billionaire you could hope to find,
yes.
Which is nice. Listen, if you got friends, you want to have them in high places. That's what I always say. And so there are all these billionaires sitting there, and it's like Tim Cook and Elon Musk. And I mean, Musk was on in the Trump family section. He's a very close part of that. But all the other guys were right up there. You could see them. And there's this hilarious video, and we talked about this yesterday, of Jeff Bezos, who, of course, Amazon, second richest man in the world, with his fiancé. I don't think they're married. It's fiancé, I believe.
That's correct.
They might. I don't think they're married.
No, they're not married.
Lauren Sánchez, who is a former journalist, news anchor from L.A., and also has her pilot's license, and she flies helicopters.
Very accomplished professional, very attractive woman.
All those things that you said are true. Yeah, and
absolutely.
She's very interesting person. But she's dating Jeff Bezos, and she's wearing an interesting outfit, and I feel like I should defend her here because a lot of people were kind of taking shots at her, saying it was so inappropriate. And listen, the Daily Mail had a body language expert on, and they were kind of highlighting her because it's tough not to draw attention in the way that she was drawing some attention for her outfit,
okay, to
put it nicely. She has a kind of a low-cut white jacket with, how would you describe that?
It's almost a tuxedo cut jacket, which means it's got a very plunging neckline. For it's a jacket, it's not a shirt.
Yeah.
Beneath that is what could be construed as an undergarment, almost a brassiere type kind of a structure.
You and I don't know style.
A shirt.
We should ask Laura. Laura, what is she wearing?
What
you see the picture? What is she wearing?
She's wearing a lacy bralette style corset top.
I didn't know any of those words. I knew the bra part, but I didn't know anything else you just said.
No, that makes lacy corset type, right? I mean, her ample bosom, and I'm trying to be as respectful as I can, is fully exposed.
So, I mean, it's
in the front.
She's got a blazer on.
She's got a blazer over
very
it.
low cut.
The blazer falls below her décolleté, her cleavage.
Décolleté, that's a smart word.
Thank you very much.
Does that mean cleavage?
That's the area above your below your chin, above your breast line.
So your clavicle.
Right here?
Yeah, that's your décolleté.
Does a man have one? Do I have one?
Yeah, it's not as attractive as Lauren Sanchez.
All right.
And Mark Zuckerberg, the point being, could sit next to you.
He didn't look at mine either.
And you would not be distracting.
So the reason that everybody's talking about this is Mark Zuckerberg, who's sitting, he's a married man, I assume happily married man, and he's sitting next to her. But I didn't blame him for this at all. It's like, what are you supposed to do in that situation? He's sitting next to Lauren Sánchez. She's sitting between him and Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg looks over, and there's just this little video that's now become sweeping the internets. It's viral, and he looks down, and his eyes just for a half second, his eyes just go beep beep, and he just
he checks out.
I don't even know. Is it the kind of thing? Here's a question for you, Spike, and our audience can answer this question. Do you blame Mark Zuckerberg in any way for his eyes doing what his eyes did? I don't even feel like I want to say that he did it on purpose. I feel like there's almost like an instinct that kicks in. Like, I don't know, maybe he's worried there's like a rat on the ground or something. I don't know what he's looking at. It looks like he's looking down at her.
Is he
décolleté?
Décolleté, but more her cleavage, her plunging cleavage.
It's the neckline, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a lovely look. So a couple questions pop up, no pun intended. Is this an appropriate look, appropriate attire?
People were saying
for an inauguration, right?
Does it respect the occasion that she was at? This is a swearing of the 47th president of the United States.
Right.
Personally, I don't have any problem with it. I don't think it's a big deal. I know I'm a man, so it's not I'm a happily married man. I wouldn't sit there. I'm trying to put myself in Mark Zuckerberg's place. Like, what do you do in a situation like that? I mean, the key is you just avoid that situation as much as possible. You
don't look over and you don't look down. If you do look over at because she was seated right next to Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd be staring up the whole time.
I would say, boy, look at the paintings. Did Michelangelo do that? That ceiling's amazing. If I were Lauren Sánchez, I would point out that she was the only person dressed to that degree of
Exposure.
informality, exposure.
Sure.
It's fashionable. It's her. It's confident.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a sexist, telling a woman how to dress. But she was the only person dressed to that degree.
It's also
in this gathering,
consistent with style that we see her in all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And so was she at fault for wearing this? I don't think so.
You know what?
It's her look.
Some people get uncomfortable with certain types of clothing. There might be some people out there. I mean, you know how they have kids who have they have skin allergies,
sensitivity issues.
Well, they want tight fitting things.
Yeah.
Because they want to feel comfortable. It's like a little squeeze.
Yeah.
That's a
little
stretch.
hug.
No pun intended.
Well, is there? I'm trying to be nice here. Is there a version where maybe she feels like if she wears clothes
too much clothes
over her
décolleté?
Is it décolleté?
Décolleté.
If she
call
covers
her rack.
I don't know. I
can't
can't refer to. I can't
her
refer
ample
to
bosom. Her ample bosom.
If she covers up her décolleté, is there a version where she feels like this is oppressive and I need to get out of here fast? Or I need to get this off of me as fast as possible. In that case, you wouldn't want the you wouldn't want the latter.
And she deserves to feel beautiful and comfortable. It's her day as much as anybody else's day. She's got invited to the inauguration.
That's not true. It's not. It's not her day as much as anybody else's day.
As far as
any
other guest who's there.
Sure.
John Fetterman showed up in cargo shorts and a Carhartt hoodie.
A lot of people looked at him.
And some people celebrated his look. Why has she got a different, tougher skin? But the question we're asking is Mark Zuckerberg inappropriate for looking over?
I'm sorry, yeah, you were asking, you had two questions.
Right. Is she inappropriate for wearing this? Did he, stare down at his buddy's fiance's goods?
Can I issue a decree?
Please.
He glanced. And then he looked away. The gaze did not linger.
He didn't linger. He didn't double dip.
He didn't linger, and he didn't go back for seconds.
Plus, here's this.
Yeah.
I think Mark Zuckerberg has been fighting the "I'm a robot" thing for so long.
This was actually a very relatable
very
moment.
human moment for him.
Very human moment.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what a guy does.
You know what a robot doesn't do? Look at décolleté.
Doesn't even notice.
A robot doesn't care about décolleté.
Right.
That's what he was told a guy would do.
That's the program.
A human being would glance down at this.
I will say
could not stop looking at this.
Every other picture I see the head of Google. I see the head of.
I'm not seeing anyone's heads.
They're all looking at their phones. Who's at fault here? The guys looking at their phones or the guys checking out Lauren Sánchez?
You guys have faces?
Wow.
I haven't seen anything. All right, so 888-973-5476. So what are we asking the audience? What's the question?
Was Zuckerberg inappropriate? Was he inappropriate? Was everything just?
Was she inappropriate or was he inappropriate?
Or was anybody?
No, it's got to be one or the other.
Who was the most inappropriate?
Who was the most inappropriate? Lord, do you want to tell people what you do? You have somebody? Do you think she was more inappropriate or Zuckerberg? Do you want? Maybe we'll come back with that.
Yeah,
let's come
We'll
back.
come back with it. I'll peruse your text.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll glance at them.
While we're on commercial break, I want you to stare at that picture and I want you to decide who's more inappropriate.